Greetings everybody and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here today to do our Tuesday night episode of What's New. And we're going to be doing the Rolling Stones' new Hackney Diamonds album. I had planned to have the album actually with me, the physical copy of the disc, but I got halfway there and there was all kinds of construction, and by the time I got around the construction to the store it was already closed, so I couldn't do it this time around. However, I still reviewed the album and we're just going to talk about it a bit, and that's all there is to it, right? So the album was released on October the 20th 2023, recorded at Electric Ladyland Studios in New York City along with Henson in LA, The Hit Factory also in New York City, Metropolis in London, United Kingdom, and Sanctuary in Nassau, Bahamas. So it was recorded at different spots. About 48 minutes long on the Polydor label and produced by Don Was and Andrew Watt. Now Andrew Watt was brought in and late in it, and he's the one that finished it off. This album was originally, they had done most of the recordings in around the time at the beginning of COVID, so it took a while to get all this together and then put it out. So, and then of course Charlie Watts died too, so that of course was maybe a hindrance, but they claimed that it was a motivation, so I'm going to go with what they say. Okay, the personnel on this, of course, Mick Jagger on lead and backing vocals, guitar, percussion, and some harmonica as well, on a couple tracks anyways. Keith Richards on guitar, bass, lead, and backing vocals, and Ronnie Wood on guitar, bass, and backing vocals. In addition to that, there was a fairly lengthy list of people, which is common for nowadays. So Paulina Almira did the illustrations, so I think she probably did all the cover stuff. Ron Blake on trumpet, David Campbell on string arrangements, Matt Clifford on keyboards, piano, and Wurlitzer. I'm not sure what that is, but Wurlitzer. That seems like some kind of a synthesizer. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be. Carlos Edwards on percussion, Elton John on piano, yes, Steve Jordan on drums, James King on saxophone, Lady Gaga does vocals on a song as well, Paul McCartney bass on one of the tracks, Andrew Watt on bass, guitar, percussion, keyboards, and some string arrangements. Charlie Watts, of course, plays drums on a couple of the pre-recorded tracks. Stevie Wonder on keyboards and piano on some tracks. Bill Wyman back after 30 years to play bass on a track, or two, I think it was two actually. And Ben Montench on keyboards and organ. So that's the rather lengthy list of people on this album. This is one of their better albums. I think, you'd have to go back to the mid-70s to find an album as good as this one, I think. They've had some good ones early on in the 80s. Tattoo You and Emotional Rescue, I liked both of those albums. They were okay, but I think this is better than either of them. So they've got 12 tracks on here. I did listen to all of them, and this is probably my third or fourth run through the album. I quite like this album. So it starts out with Angry, which has the video with the girl and the car going down the boulevard and all the stones on the signs, like different eras of them. Really well done. The guitar riff is excellent. The lyrics, classical love and music melody, really good lyrics as well. Get Close is the next song, kind of a heavy drum opening. Guitar riff is really good. Mix sounds good on this particular track. It's got a catchy beat, and of course the lyrics throughout the entire album are pretty solid. They're very definitely Stonesy, if that's a word, which it isn't, but I'm going to use it anyways. Depending on You is the next track. This is the first kind of country feel to it of any of the songs on the album. A little bit more subdued. but catchy nevertheless. My favorite song on the album, Bite My Head Off. This is the one that features, I believe this is the song that features Paul McCartney on bass. It's a pretty heavy song, really catchy riff. The mix sounds great on this song. I think this is one of the better songs that he's on. He sounds good on the whole album, but this is one of the ones I like the most. A Whole Wide World, which is the next track up. Another heavy, catchy riff, strong vocals, and a nice beat. Then we got Dreamy Skies, another kind of a country western type of song. He does play the harmonica on this, and it's a pretty, and he actually sounds kind of clear, although it's a little bit twangy, the song, when the guitar parts. Mess It Up, this is another one of the songs I like quite a bit on this, probably one of my favorites on the album as well. Very upbeat, catchy riff, very strong sound to it, and the lyrics are good as well. It's a little bit more poppy than the other two heavier beat songs. Live by the Sword, another good track. I like the lyrics in here. Nice guitar solo on this, and it's catchy, but a little bit on the poppy side as well. Drive Me Too Hard. So the remaining 4 songs on the album are probably, in my estimation, probably the weakest tracks, but there's no failing track here, I don't think, anyways. Yeah, the Driving Me Too Hard, another kind of country twangish kind of song, but it's also a little on the poppy side as well, so kind of a mix of both, I guess. Tell Me Straight, it's poppy, it's slow. This is the Keith sound. This is the Keith singing this. He sounds a little bit old here, but you can clearly tell it's Keith Richards here. So then you have the last 2 tracks, Sweet Sounds of Heaven. This is the one that Mick does the lead vocals duet with Lady Gaga. Yeah, very, I would say it has that very kind of music that you get like from Adele and that kind of stuff. A little bit of that going on here. Very vocally oriented, but not bad at all. And then, of course, the last song, which is a little bit different than the rest of the track. This is a very heavy, old bluesy style song. Really bluesy. More bluesy than anything else on the album. Certainly has that real Muddy Waters feel to it. He's the one that wrote it. Yeah, just a really classic kind of bluesy sound to it. So overall, I say the album is excellent. I think it'll do very well on the charts, and I think it came on the Billboard at number 3 right off the bat, like the first week. And I think it's going to end up in the number 1 spot at some point, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's easily their best album in the last couple of 3 years, maybe even going back to the mid-'80s, and even beyond that, maybe as far back as So Far, I think. Some Girls, I think that's just, that was one of my favorite albums, and this one here is definitely within that range. Has some of that same elements too, which I think the producer that came on did an excellent job kind of using the modern techniques to kind of make this album sound great. I know some people don't like that, but I think it goes good with this particular setup. I think it fits well. So there you have it, the Rolling Stones Hackney Diamonds, released on October the 20th, 2023. Can't wait to get it. Feel bad that I didn't, but a video must go on. So please hit the like and subscribe buttons. They're much appreciated. Any comments about the album or anything I've said, please put in the comment section below. So we will see you later, and this video will come out tonight when I get home, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Take care.